Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Marvel Now ArtFX Plus Spider-Man in Winter Gear Limited Edition 1/10 scale statue from Kotobukiya. This right here is a New York Comic Con 2017 exclusive and looks incredibly fun. As you can see, the box looks just like a lot of the other Marvel Now Spider-Man ArtFX Plus statue boxes we've seen, with an image of the very cool Spider-Man rocking the stocking cap and the scarf right there on the front, with some very cool kind of outlined comic book images in the background. In fact, if you rotate the box around to the side, you can see some shots straight out of a comic book with Spider-Man wearing this gear, and on the back side, you can see more images of the statue and the Amazing Spider-Man issue number 615, which is where this specific costume comes from. Very cool idea for a New York Comic Con exclusive, so let's go ahead and pull it outside of the packaging and get a closer look at it. Now, just like all of the other Kotobukiya ArtFX Plus statues in the Marvel lineup, there is some assembly required, but it's very easy to do. You don't need any modeling skills and you don't need to paint it. It's all pre-painted. It basically just plugs together with all of the little plugs here. So you can see pegs all over there. It is a nice PVC plastic, so it's very easy to assemble. All you gotta do is basically stick the torso onto the peg on the legs there and give it a nice firm press, which locks it in place nice and tight. And you can see it's a really good fit. So once it's put together, it's not really gonna fall apart. It's not really meant to come apart after that. It's a nice solid piece after the fact. Now, we've got these very cool little wintry pieces. So before we attach the head onto the neck peg, one of the things we're gonna wanna do is attach the scarf. And you can do that by placing it right over his body, just like this. You can see it's kind of fit around the peg a specific way, with one of the pieces dangling down the back, one of them right there in the front, and then we can take that head, which will plug onto the peg a specific way as well. You can see it's kind of like a little L peg, so you can just take that, line it up, give it a nice firm press to lock it in place, and then we've got the very cool little stocking cap, which fits nicely over his head. Very cool fit. Now, in addition to assembling Spider-Man there, he does have a base as well that we can stand him on, and the base is very cool. It's the same circular Spider-Man logo base that came on the standard release, but this one looks like it's covered in snow and has footprints on it, and even has kind of like an icy blue look to it, which is really neat. It's a metal base. The bottom of it has a nice felt covering there to keep it nice and safe on your shelf, and you'll notice that Spider-Man does have the embedded magnets in his feet like we typically see in the ArtFX Plus line. He's also got this little extra plastic piece that we can plug onto his one bent foot there, which is going to help him to stand just a little bit better. So you want to actually kind of line that up so it's a little flat, and then we can cling him to the base there just like so. You can see it's got a really good lock on the base, so that way he is ready to display. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at the overall sculpt and design. Alright, so this guy looks wonderful when he is all assembled. Now, as I mentioned, this is in the 1/10 scale. Since Spider-Man is kind of crouched down, that actually makes the overall height of this particular piece just shy of 4 inches tall. If he was standing upright, he would be closer to the 7-inch mark in that 1/10 scale. But he's in this really great Spider-Man pose. It is the same pose that we saw with the previously released ArtFX Plus Spider-Man, but there's a lot of different stuff going on here. Some different parts to the sculpting, in addition to those extra pieces we put on, plus the colors are different as well. The sculpt is wonderful though, doing a great job of capturing the look of Spidey straight out of the comic books, but I love all of the details here. Nice clean lines. You can see the webbing is etched in there, even the eyes are beautifully sculpted and kind of raised up off the mask there. Just a really wonderful look all the way around. Same with like the spider emblem on his back, that's nice and kind of sculpted in there, and it looks really good. The colors are also really nice. On this one, they are a lot more dark. They're kind of a little more drab. You've got that really dark blue that does still have some shading in there. It's almost like a grayish black. It's such a dark shade of blue, but it's really nice. And then kind of a darker red tone as well, definitely giving it more of that wintry feel and matching up with those panels straight out of the comics. I love the little details too, like this. Check that out. You can see the web shooter right there on his wrist, which I think is wonderful. But of course, the one thing that really makes this one different than the other version is that fun winter gear. So he is wearing the little stocking cap that does have the earmuffs attached to it, which is so great. I mean, I love that. There's such great humor there. He's running around in tights, so of course he'd be cold, right? So it's really funny to see kind of like the attitude of Spider-Man of just putting on a scarf and a cap. That is hilarious to me. So if you want to, you could pose him, you know, with just the scarf on, or you can even take that scarf off and pose him without. That's totally up to you, the way you want to do it. The cap is easily removed, but also sits nicely on the statue there. And you can see great scarf kind of done in this grayish color with the black lines on there. But what I also love is sculpted onto the legs. He's totally like rocking some leg warmers there. I love that. They match kind of the scarf with the lines there. So even if he pulled off the scarf and the hat, he's still going to be wearing those leg warmers because those are part of the sculpt. But it is so much fun, and it really just brings a lot of humor to the overall piece and really captures what I think is a great personality and the essence of Spider-Man. So just really makes a very fun piece overall. And of course, it feels really nice, has a good weight to it, especially when attached to the base here. And I think this will be a lot of fun if you're just a fan of Spider-Man and his character and just want something really unique to add to your collection. Now, as I mentioned, this is a New York Comic-Con exclusive, and he is very limited edition. There were online pre-sales for non-attendees that sold out rapidly, so at this point, if you want to get him, hopefully you're heading to New York Comic-Con and you can track him down there. I got to give a very special thanks to the folks over at Kotobukiya for sending this along so we can get a good look at him outside of the packaging before he goes on sale. For more information on Kotobukiya and their products, be sure to visit them online at www.kotous.com and give them a like on Facebook at facebook.com/Kotobukiya. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, leave me a comment, and let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this one. Until next time, my friends.